Let me
Bruce, how you
bring you
doing?
up. How's it going?
Listen, I got a question. I just downloaded like 55, 59 leads from Deal Machine. They were all probates. But after I sent out texts and phone calls, I noticed that they were all what I call old probates, 204, 203, 201. Am I wasting my time with that kind of stuff? Does that mean that they didn't sell or they moved into the property that they inherited, or should I? I'm not sure what to do with that.
So do you mean 2021 when you say 201? What do you mean
No,
by that?
2000. I mean, these were like 4 and 5 years old. These leads that I got from Deal Machine,
Hmm.
probates.
Hmm. Yeah, at that point, if they still own the house, they're likely in for a little while.
That's what I found.
2 years, no big deal. So here's here's what I noticed, and this is sort of an anecdotal experience. I don't have nationwide data on this, but I do notice that um, mm, approximately half, actually, no, that seems really high. Let's say 35% of probates have a family member that's living in the decedent's house with them. So sometimes it's a spouse, a significant other, another family member, one of the kids living there. And depending on the area, sometimes there might be hard for them to get into another house, so they just keep it, especially if there's not a mortgage. Surviving spouses do sell. A lot of times it's somewhere in that year to 2 year range. So I want you guys to kind of recognize, and here we go with my computer issues again. My monitor just went out. Hopefully you guys still see and hear me. Okay,
And
so
we
I
can
want you to
we can
recognize
hear
that
you.
you've got two you've got surviving spouses that'll sell in that year range. So I kind of like to market to and prospect the 1 year PRs. So I like to go after people that have lived in the house that hasn't sold for a year, 2 years. Of course, we just heard from Khalid that sometimes they're not even living there and they wait a year or two. So please recognize that it can be a little while, and there's still a lot of value, especially with the spouses and the significant others that are living in the house, because a lot of times they're just sort of looking for their next stop. They take their year to grieve, and then they start needing help. So, all right.
Bruce, what I did on those, I didn't even approach them as a probate. I just approached them as a cash buyer or a licensed broker that
Hmm.
I've got a client looking in that particular area for a house. So that's how I approached them. I didn't even touch the probate aspect of it.
Yep. Yep. Freeze for 1 second with me, everybody. I've got a complete monitor collapse here. This has happened to me a couple of times here lately. Be back in 20 seconds. I got to unplug and replug back in. All right. Make sure my mic is hooked back up. Okay, good. All right, we're back. Um, you've kind of approached them as a broker talking about the house, and that's especially good if it's an older probate lead that they're probably out of probate. Depending on the state, um, probate could take 9 months. It could be 2 years, depending on the state. Kind of the states that are court driven can take a little while. If
I'm
especially
in California, so Southern
California.
California. Yeah.
Yeah, so yours could take a little while. It might be 15, 16, 18 months before they're out of probate. So if you're going after people that are 2 years in, technically they could still be in, but I'll tell you they're probably not in the thick of it. So it's safe to kind of talk to them about uh, um, the house versus the probate process. So that's good. Are there deals in there? Yes. Would I really want to be spending a heavy amount of time pursuing a probate? case that was 2, 3, 4 years old, mm, I'd hit them once, but I don't think I'd go into a full-blown campaign.
That's what I did. I hit it once, and I'm going to let them go. I haven't purchased the list yet because I'm still not sure where to go. ATL, US leads, uh, probate money. I mean, I really get confused with all of that. But since I
Yep.
haven't bought the leads, I know how to talk to people. I've done this a long time. I'm a little hesitant on approaching them, talking about the estate rather than just talking to them about are they interested in selling the house, you know?
So you're hesitant to, or
Yeah,
is that
because
what you?
I don't, I'm not, I don't know all the probate steps yet. So
Yeah.
if they ask me a question, I might lose it there. I'm not sure. I'd have to tap dance a little bit.
Yeah. So number one, they're not going to ask you a question.
Okay.
All right. They're not. Um, do I want you to know a little bit about the probate and estate settlement process? Yes, a little bit. It's funny. A week or two ago, I had somebody ask for a refund on Probate Mastery, which, by the way, just put that out there. Anybody that's sitting on the fence and you're just not sure about it, I do a money back guarantee. So I had somebody ask for a refund, and I asked why. And I was just kind of in a hurry. And the person said, "Hey, I took the class. Um, I didn't get anything out of the class that I didn't get from," and they named a book. And I'm going to show you guys the book in just a second. And I felt terrible. And I was like, well, I'll just refund the money. So we refunded it. And then afterward, it was a snap decision. Afterward, I went into their course portal and I saw that they'd taken 1 hour out of the entire course. And the 1 hour that they took was the hour, hour and a half that I spend teaching the basics of the probate process. And they said, I didn't get anything in that I didn't get from this book. So I bought the book. It's a good book. Good book. So if anyone wants to read, easy read, thin book, How Probate Works, teaches you that. You could take an hour, 2 hours of the Probate Mastery class and get the basics of what it is. The reason that I don't go into the full-blown legal process of probate and estate settlement is because in 10 years and hundreds of estate and probate deals, you simply don't need to know. We don't need to be lawyers. That's what lawyers are for. We're there to provide our expertise in connecting dots. I have still not been caught off guard with any questions that people ask. They don't know what questions to ask. They're not going to ask you about the estate process and when they can sell. You just need to know some very basic things. And I get through those in, like I said, approximately an hour, hour and a half of probate mastery. You have everything that you're ever going to need to know. Is it everything that you could know? No. We spend the rest of the time going over marketing and prospecting and presentations and deal strategies and a bunch of good stuff like that because stuff that you're probably already good at, Al. Because,
I'm pretty good. I've been doing it for a long time, but
yeah,
resources like once I am going to purchase your course, I'm very impressed with it. But in the course, you have the materials that I can send someone, right? In other words, hey, by the way, here's a resource you can take a look at. So this way I can follow up and then they have something that I
yeah,
handed them. Okay.
yep, absolutely.
That's what I'm looking for. Okay. Thank you very much, Pete.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate the question. Good stuff.